Today in Big Stone Gap, an overwhelming tribute to Officer Chandler, whose body was escorted back to his hometown this afternoon.
You saw a bit of it there in that report from John Janko. Now Ansley Daniel continues our team coverage of what happened today tonight at 11.
Josh and Sarah, this memorial here at Miners Park in Big Stone Gap has grown throughout the day, with people leaving tokens, messages, and just trying to process what happened over this past weekend, all while honoring fallen Officer Michael Chandler.
You know, while people were asleep in their bed, that he was out keeping them safe.
Tying ribbons, placing flowers, and saying prayers.
We've lost a fine young man to our community. It was very senseless, and we feel the loss. The whole community feels the loss.
The small, tight-knit town of Big Stone Gap leaning on each other as they process Officer Michael Chandler's death after he was shot and killed in the line of duty.
It's a terrible time. He was taken way too soon, unfortunately. It's sad for our little community to have to go through something like this.
Chandler, also a volunteer firefighter, leaving a lasting legacy.
1 minute you're good, the next you're just torn to pieces. There's nothing bad you could ever say about Michael.
Hundreds lined the street as his body was escorted home in a procession led by his new wife, Wise County Deputy Natasha Chandler.
They both just loved to give back to the community. It was like they were meant to be together.
Chandler also leaves behind a young daughter.
That was the light of his life. He always had her with him. It's just a sad situation.
The fallen officer living out what it means to protect and serve until his last breath.
Being a police officer is his calling. It's just to help.
This patrol car was brought here by the chief of police and town manager to give the community a place to remember as well as grieve this past weekend's tragedy, all while honoring the fallen officer. In Big Stone Gap, Ansley Daniel, News Channel 11.
A visitation for the family is now set for Wednesday from 3 to 7 p.m. at the UVA Wise Convocation Center. A funeral will follow. A second procession will happen the next morning at 11 a.m. The public's asked to line the route from Bullitt Park to Powell Valley Memorial Garden, where Officer Chandler will be buried in a private ceremony.